So if you've got a cushion, if you've got a yoga block, wherever you'd like to be, and just take a moment to settle into your chosen position. So it could be a chair, so take a moment to make sure that you've got everything that you need for the practice. So make sure you've got some water, blanket, cushion. So you may wish to lie down on the floor at the end. So you might want to have your yoga mat, or if you're in a bedroom, you could actually lie down on the bed at the end when we do the yoga nidra. So just taking this time to make sure that you've got everything that you need. And then, so as we come into a comfortable seat, it might be a cross-leg position. It might be a different position. It could be a kneeling position. And just allow the body to settle and soften, relax the shoulders. And think about the spine being fairly upright. So that's why it's quite a good idea to sit up onto something, a cushion or a block. We'll just allow the knees to release below the hips and the spine to rise up. You start to feel that length rising up just above the crown of the head, and at the same time the eyes can soften, so you can drop your gaze or you could close your eyes completely. As you close your eyes, just allow your shoulders to softly release. So the hands, you could have your hands resting on your thighs or on your knees. You can have your palms facing upwards or downwards. You can have the hands in the lap. You could have your hands in a mudra if you wish. And we'll just allow ourselves now to switch from the usual mode of doing to a mode of non-doing. So of simply being. And as we drop the gaze or close the eyes, so we're blocking off that outer sense of sight, allowing the body to become still. And bring your attention to the fact that you're breathing. And become aware of the movement of your breath as it comes into your body and as it leaves your body. So not manipulating the breath in any way or trying to change it. Simply being aware of it and of the feelings associated with breathing. And observing the breath deep down in the belly. Feeling the abdomen as it expands gently on the in-breath. And as it falls back towards the spine on the out-breath. Being totally here in each moment with each breath. So not trying to do anything. Not trying to get to any place. But simply being with your breath. We find that from time to time that our mind wanders off into thoughts worries, memories. So whenever you notice that your attention is no longer here, no longer with your breathing, without judging yourself, bring your attention back to your breathing, riding the waves of the breath and fully conscious of the duration of each breath from moment to moment. Every time you find your mind wandering off, just gently bring it back to the present, observing the flow of the breath and using the breath to help you to tune into a state of relaxed awareness and stillness. And as you observe your breathing, you may find that you become aware of sensations in your body. As you maintain awareness of your breathing, see if it's possible to expand the field of your awareness so that it includes a sense of your body as a whole as you sit, feeling your body from head to toe, becoming aware of all the sensations of the body, being here with whatever feelings and sensations come up in any moment, without judging them, without reacting to them, just being fully here, fully aware of whatever you're experiencing. And again, whenever you notice your mind has wandered off, just bring it back to your breath and your body. As you sit here, not going anywhere, not doing anything, simply being, simply sitting, moment to moment, being fully present, being fully with yourself. Feel the breath now as a conscious flow that arises out of the depth of your being and dissolves effortlessly back into the core of your being. And imagine that your skin is like a knitted sheet that covers your entire body. And as you inhale, feel how the strands of your sheet spread and stretch apart, creating space throughout the body. And as you exhale, feel how the strands retract and the fibers become more dense and opaque. Enjoy the feeling of the whole body swelling and subsiding, filling and emptying. When we breathe well, we create the optimum conditions for health and well-being. And at this time, as you breathe in through your nose, breathe out through slightly parted lips so that you feel a fine, cool breeze passing out between the lips. So you breathe in through the nose and breathe out through slightly parted lips. And feel a fine, cool breeze passing out between the lips and the outgoing breath. And continuing in this way, and allow the cheeks and the lips and the face to utterly relax. And feel the breath traveling in through the nose and out through the mouth. It's as if a thin golden thread is spinning outwards with each exhalation, traveling out between the lips, out into the air in front of your closed eyes. And allow the focus of the mental attention to travel out with each breath. And let the end of the golden thread carry the mental attention further and further away with each exhalation. As if the final point of the outgoing breath were carrying the mental focus completely out of the body. Continuing with this easy, gentle rhythm. This golden thread breath releases the breath through the exhalation and beyond into the spaces that may follow. And we discover the possibility of an open encounter with pure being, a soft release into consciousness, which is limitless and silent. And now, as you continue to follow the rhythm of your breath, this time breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the nose. And now breathing in for a count of 6, and then breathing out for a count of 6. Let's continue in this way. can use a soft ujjayi if you wish, drawing the breath into the back of the throat so that you can hear the sound of your own breath, the ocean or the sound that we make when we're in deep slumber. Once more, just experience the breath as a conscious flow that arises out of the depth of your being and then dissolves effortlessly back into the core of your being. And visualize your skin like a knitted sheet, covers your entire body. As you inhale, feel how the strands of your sheet spread and stretch apart, creating space throughout the body. And as you exhale, feel how the strands retract and the fibers become more dense and opaque. Enjoy the feeling of the whole body swelling and subsiding, filling and emptying, creating the optimum conditions for health and well-being as we breathe fully and completely. And then from here, without disturbing yourself too much, please prepare to come into a lying down position for our yoga nidra practice. So taking a little bit of time perhaps to have a drink, to gather your blanket, your cushions, just making yourself a cozy nest. And we'll take a little bit of time to settle into our chosen position. So you may come into Shavasana, come into this corpse pose, the legs extended, the arms alongside the body. You may have your knees bent, you may have some padding underneath your head or anywhere else. So take a little bit of time to settle into your chosen position. So we take our time to settle into this personal sanctuary, remembering that if you're on mute, you can play light, soft music if you wish. You won't disturb anybody. You can light candles. So as you settle, just following the breath all the way down to the exhale. And just watching what happens when all the breath goes out. A little pause, this place of coming home. And there's nothing else that needs to be done. There's nowhere to be going. And just to be here is more than enough. And at the end of every breath that goes out, notice how it is to settle down into that place, like the winter time of the breath, where it seems that nothing is going on, but everything comes out of that creative void. And as the next breath comes in, it's like the springtime with the inhalation. And as you come to the height of that inhalation, we come to the full summertime of the breath, luscious and blooming. And then as the breath begins to turn, following the exhale, down through the autumn of the breath and into the winter time. And there's nothing to be done at the end of the exhale. Welcoming the spring and the summer, the fullness of the inhale, full breath in. And notice the exhale as we let go into the autumn. And feel the full 4 seasons in every breath, effortlessly. That cyclical turning of the seasons, the breath unfolding all by herself, and the body being breathed by the breath, moved by the cycles, turned around and around and around effortlessly, allowing that breath to settle so that the physical body comes into a state of deeper and deeper stillness and rest. And in that place, there's no need to move. But if the desire to move arises, just watch it, and it will probably pass. But if it doesn't pass, just notice what's being called for. And if it is movement that's being called for, by all means do move with awareness so that you're able to settle back into that stillness. So in that place of stillness, at the end of every exhale, the winter time of the breath, you can let the awareness settle down deep to the heart's core, the back of the heart. Wherever you feel the awareness at the end of the exhale, a deep intuitive space in which all that's needed is simply to hold awareness that there is space here to feel what is unfolding right now. Feel what is unfolding right now and let the awareness settle in that space, knowing that simply to be here is enough. And now setting the awareness free to wander through the land of the body, where the pilgrim reverence wanders through every part of the body, where every part of body is sacred. And set the awareness free to travel to each part, bringing the light of conscious awareness, and to welcome every part of the body is sacred. Every part of you is welcome. And travel around the lands of the body, starting with that little valley between the eyebrows, resting in that space and letting that pilgrim awareness travel down to that space between the collarbones. And over to the left shoulder and the elbow and the wrist, visiting each part in turn with loving reverence and welcome. Moving to your left hand thumb, the index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, and back through the palm and the wrist and the elbow and the left shoulder. And carry the awareness now sweetly with welcome back to the space between the collarbones and all the way over to the right shoulder, the right elbow and wrist, and all the way down to the tip of the thumb and the index finger, the middle finger, the ring finger, and the little finger, and in through the palm and the wrist and the shoulder, and from the right shoulder back to the space between the collarbones, as if now both arms are held with reverence and welcome in the light of conscious awareness that travels sweetly through the lands of the body, behind the collarbones, to the back of the spine, to the back of the breastbone, and the right ribs and the left ribs, and back to the sternum. And from the sternum, traveling down to the navel and the pelvis, and over to the left hip, the knee, the ankle, the big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and fifth toe, and all the way through and up to the left ankle, the knee, the hip, and back inside the pelvis, to the right hip, the knee, the ankle, the big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and fifth toe, and all the way up and through and back to the ankle, the knee, the hip, and the pelvis. The sweet reverence of welcome and love. Both legs, all the way to the feet, the whole of the lower land of the body, welcomed and loved. And feel the whole of the pelvis now, filled with sweet, reverent light of conscious awareness. And inside the belly, and up inside the whole of the chest, and inside the whole of the throat, and up inside the whole of the head, welcoming all sensations as they arise in the whole of the land of the body, and from the crown of the head, feeling and surveying now the whole of the physical body, the land of the body resting on the land of the earth, warm and settled. And coming home to settle into the deep heart's core, settling into space. Let the awareness settle deeply at the heart space, and welcome home to yourself. Welcome to the state of awareness that is Yoga Nidra. And feeling that openness of awareness, possibility to welcome all that arises, feeling the weight of the body settling into the earth beneath, and all along the back. Every exhalation, as if the body is welcomed home. The whole of the weight of the body. Welcome, welcome, welcome home. And feel how the weight of the body settles down into that warm embrace that the earth gives you. At the end of every exhalation, feel that weight welcomed. And at the height of every inhalation, feel the space around the body, the upper part of the body, the light, the space, and the air. And feel into that space of lightness. Lightness on the inhale. And on the exhale, feel the back of the body being held as it settles right down. And at the end of the inhalation, be aware of the sky and spaciousness through the front of the body. And on the exhalation, that sense of settling right down with such a deep welcome for the earth. And breathing between those two different awarenesses, space and air, farther sky up above, and the presence of the welcoming earth beneath. Breathing between the two with every round of breath. Breathing between two welcomes, as if the exhale breathes you home to the earth, and the inhale welcomes all that spaciousness, a kiss to the upper part of the body. Spaciousness welcomed on the inhale, and your weight welcomed on the exhale. And then, in this openness of awareness, in that space of awareness that is Yoga Nidra, welcome both. Welcome all that arises as phenomena, simply dissolving and arising. Welcome the heaviness and the spaciousness. Welcome the earth beneath. How is it to welcome them? Welcoming them both at the same time, where earth meets the sky, where spaciousness meets the earth beneath, where Father Sky kisses Mother Earth. There is no gap between them. To be human is to embody that union here on earth. Welcome both. Be here now in that space of awareness. That is Yoga Nidra. And now feel the breath coming through the whole body. Notice the sound of the breath, the movement of the breath, effortless. The whole cycle of the breath, like an entire day. Each breath that comes in, like a little dawning light. Each breath that goes out, settling into the evening time of the breath. And feel into that space of lightness on the inhale. And the exhale, feel the back of the body being held as it settles right down. At the end of the inhalation, be aware of the sky and spaciousness through the front of the body. And on the exhalation, that sense of settling right down with such a deep welcome for the earth. Breathing between those two different awarenesses, space and air, Father Sky up above, and the presence of the welcoming earth beneath. Breathing between the two with every round of breath. Breathing between two welcomes, as if the exhale breathes you home to the earth, and the inhale welcomes all that spaciousness. A kiss to the upper part of the body. Spaciousness welcomed on the inhale. Your weight welcomed on the exhale. That exhale deepening into the night time of the breath. The breath that comes in, dawning light. The fullness of the inhale, like the middle of the day. Parting breath, drawing down into the evening and the night time. The cycle of every day and every breath unfolding. And feeling now whatever brings joy and delight to your life, whatever that might be, however tiny or huge, whatever it is that brings joy and delight. And now welcome that into the body, whatever place or person, whatever plant or creature, soak it up, savor it, embody that joy. And bring your attention to the feeling of the body, accepting it just the way it is with kindness. And allow yourself to accept all the sensations and feelings of the body completely. And imagine yourself surrounded by light, perhaps a golden coloured light, being with the sensation of the body breathing in and breathing out. And draw the light into the body as you breathe. And imagine light saturating the body through every pore. And think to yourself, may this being be well. May this being be calm. And infuse your whole body with this calm and kindly attentiveness. And as we begin to draw this practice of Yoga Nidra to a close, we begin to gently prepare for wherever you're heading next. Just quietly taking your awareness into your hands, into your feet, into your fingers, into your toes, and just start to bring some gentle movements here now.